It is May 16th, 2023, and this is my latest news update for Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC-born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC-born Rob or DC Rob. I have some great stories again for you today. Let's start out with the first one. And it's not good. Someone was, well, this one doesn't state it, but he was on an app. I have a good feeling this is going to come out, but this time it's a 69-year-old American tourist was scoped. And this is recent as yesterday, which is obviously I'm recording this early, so this just popped up. Anyway, check this story out. A gringo was scoped in Medellin, and his cell phone was stolen. A U.S. citizen was scoped by a woman with whom he spent the night and ended up in a city clinic. The man would have contacted the lady with whom he spent time in the room. Regarding the facts, it was learned that the citizen of the United States arrived at the hotel in the company of the woman, who left hours later. Then staff from the hotel where he stayed, upon entering the room, found him unconscious. After the situation, the 69-year-old man was urgently taken to the Las Vegas clinic where he is recovering from the situation, without further details of his state of health being known to date. The authorities are investigating what happened and will try to identify the lady who accompanied the man, who was recorded on the site's security cameras. In the end, it was learned that the woman took the cell phone from a bride. Okay, there you go. It's unfortunate. Again, it's just unfortunate. My next story is about two people who were caught. And the police, let me do this. Let me throw out some props for Medellin police and the mayor. I know it's an election year and he's putting forth extra effort, but I don't care. He's doing the right thing. So let's give them a round of applause, okay? They're actually putting the police to work. I mean, there was over 1,000 police in Yeres over the weekend and on 70 over Mother's Day. So to make sure that there are no issues. By the way, I'm not doing that story, but they say they cut the murders in half for the weekend, which is, I think it was only one. Anyway, but in this story right here, two men were arrested after stealing an ATM and then getting in a police chase and wrecking their car. Check this out. Police captured two men who stole ATMs and crashed in pursuit. The police captured them and seized the tools with which they intended to steal the ATM. In the last few hours, the Bogotá Metropolitan Police captured two men who were caught trying to steal using tools and torches, an ATM in Tusaquillo. In the neighborhood of La Soledad, the quadrant noticed an attempted robbery at an ATM. The reaction of the police made the criminals flee, which began a persecution by the authorities, said Colonel Herbert Benavides, deputy commander of the MIBOG. During the pursuit, the alleged assailants lost control of the vehicle, colliding with another car and later against the facade of a house. The police captured them and seized the tools with which they intended to steal the ATM. The two men will answer for their actions before the Attorney General's office. Okay, there you go. I mean, the police are on it. I mean, whether they're stumbling onto these people or not, they're on the job. Okay, my next one, it's a bad story, but it's a good story. Another chick failed, okay? Another scoping chick got caught, busted, proven. Well, hasn't gone to court yet. She just got arrested, but just check this story out. Lacoa failed, accused of using scopolamine to rob foreigners in Medellin. They found the woman with 120 million pesos. It is presumed that her victims may be dozens. The police captured a woman known as Lacoa, whom they point out to be one of the specialists in scopolamine theft from foreigners in Medellin. The authorities have testimonies from 3 tourists whose information was key to finding the whereabouts of the woman. According to the Aburra Valley Metropolitan Police, alias Lacoa used the same modus operandi with all her victims. She contacted foreigners through dating applications when he arrived on a trip to Medellin. Once the appointment was made, she would get them drunk and then drug them and take them to hotels or the places where they were staying to strip them of all valuable belongings and money they had. The complaints from a Spaniard, a Canadian, a German, and a Colombian were key to identifying the woman and locating her in an apartment in San Antonio de Prado, a place where the authorities found dollars, Mexican pesos, euros, and even Hungarian forints. They also found 3 jars of clonazepam, a drug that can cause anything from sedation to a coma, depending on the dose administered. They also found some envelopes with an unidentified substance. La Coa had in her possession more than 120 million pesos as a result of the theft of cash, bank transfers, and valuables. General Carlos Humberto Rojas, commander of the Val de Iberra Metropolitan Police, pointed out that the case of La Coa once again reveals the risks to which not only tourists, but many citizens are exposing themselves when using appointment applications without taking the necessary precautions by facilitating meetings with strangers without any security measures. The authorities presume that the money they found from La Cola is just a fraction of what she really stole, and believe that the 4 complaints are just the tip of the iceberg of dozens of cases in which she was allegedly involved. Not just her, but several accomplices. Theft with scopolamine, including foreigners, continues unleashed in Medellin. During 2023, 373 cases of theft with scopolamine have been reported in the Iberra Valley, 265 of them in Medellin and in places where the mayor's office has allegedly activated special controls such as 70 and parqueyeres. In the case of the victims of La Coa, the authorities indicated that they were lucky, since several of the most notorious cases in recent years ended with the disappearance and death of foreigners, as happened to the United States citizen Paul Nguyen, from 27-year-old, who after making an appointment with a woman through an application and visiting places with her in El Poblado and Laureles, was found dead in a garbage dump in Robledo on November 11, 2022. On April 3rd, after months of investigation and pressure from the relatives of the American, the authorities captured 3 alleged perpetrators of the crime and indicated that there are 2 more people to be captured. Okay, so there you go, another one down. My next story is about the Colombian government attempting to guarantee, I guess, the safe travel of the migrants from Colombia to the United States, just making sure that they're treated properly. So let's jump into this story real quick. The Colombian government installed technical table to guarantee rights in migration to the United States. After the bad procedures, the government, through Migration Colombia and the Foreign Ministry, expressed its concern. The ambassador of Colombia in the United States, Luis Gilberto Murillo, announced the creation of a technical group that works so that the processes of detention and return of compatriots are attached to human rights standards. Our consuls are working permanently to respond to the very conjunctural situation of the lifting of the non-application of Title 42 and the one that has begun to be applied, Title 8, explained the ambassador. He said that this situation is going to generate a very important flow of migrants, which is why he assured that we are in discussions with the Foreign Ministry to be able to strengthen the response capacity of the consulates in the face of the avalanche that we have today of the demand for services of our diplomatic missions. It should be noted that as of May 11, 2023, the United States stopped applying Title 42, activated in March 2020 as a temporary sanitary measure to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, which gave way to the reestablishment of Title 8, which historically has determined the management of migrants to that country, and that authorizes the Office of Customs and Border Protection to expel any person who tries to enter its territory illegally. Ambassador Murillo declared that Colombia is persistently striving to establish additional legal migration channels for regular, well-organized, and secure migration to the United States. The objective is to prevent any family or individual from having to endure what is commonly referred to as the trail of death or face undignified treatment during procedures involving irregular migrants. Finally, the official confirmed Colombia's entry into the Family Reunification Program, which will benefit a significant number of Colombian men and women who wish to legally migrate to the United States. There you go. Okay, my next story is from Viva Air. Well, my next story is about Viva Air. Viva Air it's over. Avianca gave up on them and could not make the deal work. It's done. So I think it's a little over 4,000 employees are going to lose their job. I think it's been trickling on. I don't know. They've been fighting to try to keep it around. And I think as of today, or yesterday, I think it's done. But anyway, check this story out. Viva Air announces that it will not continue operating after Avianca gave up on the integration. The airline is defining the action routes to follow and will be informed when appropriate. Viva Air has announced that it will cease operations in the market following Avianca's announcement on the morning of Saturday, May 13th. This decision is a result of the conditions set by the Civil Aeronautics of Colombia regarding the endorsement of the integration between the two airlines. Through a statement, Viva Air mentioned that without the possibility of financial support, it no longer has the capacity to continue operating in the market. According to the statement, Aerocivil gave conditions that Viva Air considers not possible to meet, in addition to not being sustainable or profitable to maintain the low-cost model. The company thanked all its collaborators and its network of allies. A message was sent to the employees stating, "We have left no action undone and have done everything within our power to bring the company through this crisis and ensure its survival. We can take pride in having made a significant impact on the aviation history of Colombia." Okay, so there you go. We'll see. We'll see what happened. My next one is from the Colombian government. The Colombian government is attempting to speak with their own government in terms of saying, don't put tariffs on goods coming from the United States to Colombia, because if you do, they're probably going to put more tariffs on us, meaning Colombia. In other words, don't charge the United States to send goods into the into Colombia, because otherwise the United States is going to charge Colombia for sending it back. They happen to mention girdles. I mean, Colombia is a really big exporter of girdles. First of all, how many of you cats know what a girdle is? Okay, go look that up. I think I just told my age. Anyway, check this story out. The Colombian American Chamber has stated that any increase in tariffs in Colombia will provoke a response from the U.S., making it challenging to reduce inflation. Maria Claudia Lacouture, the president of the chamber, emphasized the significance of the free trade agreement between the two countries, which has provided Colombia with favorable access to the U.S. market for the past 11 years. Lacouture warned that implementing any tariff measures against the U.S. could trigger a retaliatory response without seeking permission. She called for an analysis of the country's requirements to ensure a competitive supply that fosters economic growth and productivity, rather than burdening Colombians with higher product costs. Lacouture further highlighted that 70% of U.S. imports to Colombia consist of goods that are either not produced or insufficiently produced in Colombia. Disrupting the benefits of the FTA would result in the loss of market stability and competitiveness for Colombian products. Lacouture mentioned the significant increase in U.S. capital investment in Colombia and the potential loss of such benefits, which could impose a 20% tariff on Colombian exports like girdles to the United States. The chamber emphasized the importance of the FTA in providing stability to the country and urged Colombia to leverage opportunities in clean energy generation and the agricultural sector for non-mining energy exports to the U.S. Lacouture also highlighted the need for critical minerals like copper and nickel for the energy transition, which would position Colombia as a key player in the supply chain if allowed to extract these minerals. The chamber anticipated a growth potential of 250% in the agricultural sector over the next 4 years, but stressed the importance of strengthening rural public goods, ensuring territorial and legal security for investments, and implementing necessary structural reforms such as the double taxation agreement between the U.S. and Bogota. Okay, again, this is my last story for today. I try to end on a lighter note. Don't always make it, but this time again, it's about burgers. The Burgermeister deal, the contest is on. I said it a couple of weeks ago, but it actually started today, which is, well, it started yesterday when you see this, okay? So I'm going to try to bear with me as I scramble through trying to read the names off really quickly. But anyway, check this out. The Burgermeister event starts now, and I think it goes through the 22nd. So I think from the 15th through the 22nd, but I'll read it in this story. Check this story out. Burgermaster 2023 country hamburger restaurants that you can visit. In Antioquia, there are 46 participating establishments. This is the list. This Monday, May 15th, the 5th edition of Burgermaster begins, which will run until the holiday, Monday, May 22nd, and will take place in 25 cities and municipalities throughout the country. The burger started in 2017 and was not held in 2020 and 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This year, the hamburgers will cost 16,000 pesos. In 2022, it was 14,000 pesos, plus 4,000 pesos for potatoes and drinks from 4,000 pesos. The voting to choose the best in each city, unlike past editions, will be through the Chileo Recommends platform. According to data from Chileo Zillow, the creator and organizer of the burger, more than breaking records, what we want is for people to leave places really happy. Here's where to go. There are 25 cities from all over the country participating. These are the 46 burger joints in Antioquia where you can go. In the Abura Valley, Nomad Burgers, Nome, Lovato, La Liberty Burger Inc., Los Montoneros Burger, Rebecca, La Plaza Hamburguesa, Burgett Burger and Ribs, Malamint, Akoto Burger and Polis, Le Ribra, Surdalaja, Brimante, Steakhouse Mas Finca, Raj Burger, Casa Polo Gastro Pub, Callisto Parilla and BBQ, Butacos Burger, Classic Diner, The Vice Burger, Pegasus, Tremenda Burger and Grill, Squad, The Jungle Burger, Bunker Burger, B&B, Andres Carne de Res, Forajido, Lardon, Bizarro Barbecue, Sport Town, Pan Y Pedazo Grill and Burger, The Grill Station Burger, Animal Cocina, Cannibal, Medellin Burger Company, Porco Burger, Chum Burgers, Three Hermanos Perilla, LF Burger, All Day Cafe, Dorada Express, Ribeye Grill and Bar, Dario Burger, and finally, Juicy Lucy Office Burger and Tasties. Okay, so there you go. Appreciate everybody for watching and following along. If you notice that there are some tremors when you're there, don't be nervous. You're probably going to feel some too, because almost every day I'm seeing that there's tremors and earthquakes somewhere in Colombia. And it's from the Ruiz, the Nevado del Ruiz volcan, the volcano there. Every time it, I guess, churns up something, sends out tremors. They're passing out masks to those who live in the area too, because obviously it's going to be pretty bad. They've evacuated, I guess, people from a certain area, but this has been going on for, I mean, I've been reading this about this volcano about a month. And so after that first story I did it, I haven't spoken about it because it's every day. I'm just waiting for it to blow one day. So one day it's going to blow. So hopefully no one is near it and no one gets the negative effects from it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember, travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia? See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know that you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.
Dating in Colombia can be confusing for foreign men. Plus, dating in Colombia can be outright dangerous. With ChicaCheck, you can date with confidence by screening your date first for past issues. Visit ChicaCheck.co and create your free account today.